A really great way to learn English is with context. Now, in today's English lesson, I'm going to show you a conversation that I've written just so that you can learn some really crucial, important vocabulary terms, idioms, and phrases. These phrases are not super academic and they're not outdated idioms. They are phrases that people like myself use in their everyday English conversations. Let's get started with today's lesson. Take a listen to this conversation and then we'll study the vocabulary. Hey Kayla, what do you think of the new shirt I got? Purple really isn't my cup of tea. Really? I thought that you were into this color. I used to love purple, but I'm so over it now. What? Well, if you ask me, the color really looks good on you. I disagree. I can't pull it off, but it looks great on you. Sometimes people can be divided on a bold color like this. You're a bold person though, so it's fitting. I'll take that as a compliment. This phrase, cup of tea, purple really isn't my cup of tea. I actually use this idiom a lot in my everyday conversations. It's a really polite way to say that you don't really like something, it's not for you in your opinion. Sometimes in English we say, in my opinion, that's not the best. In my opinion, I don't like that. But you can say this in an even gentler way and just say, it's not my cup of tea. So in this conversation, one person does not like purple, it's not their cup of tea. A lot of people really like watching sports on television, but some people, they don't like sports and it's just not their cup of tea. They don't want to watch them. In this conversation, one of the speakers said, I really thought you were into this color. I thought that you were into this color. When you are into something, it means you like it. So right now, a lot of girls in the United States, they used to be really into these cups. They're called Stanley cups. They're these big metal water cups. People were so into this. It was a trend. And now people are losing interest and they're not really into this anymore. It's not their cup of tea. So it just means if you're really interested in something, you're into it. And if we want to say that we're not really interested in something, we can say we are not into it. I have a friend and every single weekend they go out for extremely long bike rides and they're really into racing their bike as well. This just means they're very interested in the sport, they're interested in the competition, they're interested in everything about bikes. They are into bikes. Another way that we can say we are not into something, we're not interested in it, it's not our cup of tea anymore, is we can say we are over it. I used to love purple, but I'm so over it now. Sometimes when you are really interested or into something, and after a while you get bored with it, you can say you are over it. Another way that this expression is used differently than this conversation is if you are sick and then you are no longer sick after a certain amount of time, you can say you are over your sickness or you're over it. Someone might say, hey, do you still have a cold? Say, no, I'm totally over it now. This just means you don't have it anymore. Sometimes if you worked really hard on something and you don't even want to work on it anymore because you are tired of it, bored of it, you feel like you've just done way too much, you can say, I am so over this project right now. It just means you've lost interest and you've lost just motivation in general. To pull something off. I can't pull it off, but it looks great on you. To pull something off. If you pull something off, it means you accomplish something that's difficult. In this conversation, we're saying that it is difficult to pull off the color purple. So when people talk about successfully wearing something, meaning you look good in it, it means you pull it off. Oftentimes, if you go shopping and you buy clothes that are really trendy, they're probably meant for younger people than you are, you might say, I don't know if I can pull these clothes off. This just means like they look funny on you because you're too old to be wearing the trends. Let me know below, do you like to try to pull off trends or do you just stick with really classic, basic clothing? In this conversation, we said people are divided. Sometimes people can be divided on a bold color like this. This means that people have extremely different opinions and no one's really neutral on something. So I don't know if this is true. This is just maybe what I think, but I think purple is a dividing color. People really like purple and have a lot of purple in their life. or they don't care for purple. They don't really want to have things that are purple. For me, I actually do fall into the purple category. I have a lot of purple things, a lot of purple clothing. I like the color. So people are very divided. We say a lot of times in American politics that our country is extremely divided. People either are really for one thing or really against that same thing. There's not a lot of middle ground, is what we say, or neutral opinions, or people who are open to hearing both opinions. It's very divided. Are you a very bold person? You're a bold person though. If you're very bold, it means you are all about taking risks and being very confident. So some people say that purple is a bold color choice just because, again, not everyone likes it. So if you choose to wear it, you're confident in yourself wearing that color. Or just bright colors in general are a very bold way to dress. If you dress very boldly, you make sure that people notice you and notice the clothing that you wear. Another very bold act to do would be to walk up to someone and you ask them on a date without even talking to them much first. It's just very bold. Like, they would be very surprised and you would have to be very confident to do that. If you say that a color is very fitting for someone, you're a bold person though, so it's fitting. It means it looks good on you. Or you can use this expression in a lot of different ways as well. If you go see a movie and the movie is very happy, lighthearted, comedic, and the ending is tragic and dark, you could say the ending was not really fitting to the movie. Didn't really fit the movie. So it just means it's not suitable, it doesn't look like it, doesn't seem like they go together. The phrase, "I'll take that as a compliment," I'll take that as a compliment. It's used kind of in a funny way in English. It's a more lighthearted phrase. If someone says something that could be taken in a negative way, or, they didn't really mean to use it as a compliment, but instead, you're just kind of like, you're telling them that you're not going to take offense to it. You can say, well, I'll take that as a compliment, I guess. Meaning, even if you didn't mean it to be a compliment or something nice, like, I'm going to take it as nice because that just makes me feel good. So it's used in a really funny and lighthearted way. Sometimes if you call someone stubborn, that could be seen as a negative quality, but maybe they're proud of being stubborn. They'll say, well, I'll take that as a compliment. Or if you call someone cheap, that usually is a really negative thing to call someone, but maybe they're very proud and they think they are good at saving money. They'll say, I'll take that as a compliment. Comment your favorite phrase from today's lesson. Let me know if you want more conversation lessons like this. I think this is a really fun and natural way to learn English. I'll see you guys in the next lesson, and check out one of the lessons on screen that are like this one to help you learn more natural English phrases. Thanks for watching. Bye!